Here are my 5 takeaways from the Charlotte Hornets preseason.
Let me take you to a place where we never can be found. On the edge of Carolina where the sun come out of the ground. Don't nobody judge nobody, only broken hearts allowed. Right outside of Savannah, about an hour from the town.
Hello everyone, it's Everything Buzzity here, back again with another video. And today we're going to be talking about my 5 takeaways from the Charlotte Hornets preseason as I went back and watched film on just about every game. Number 1, I want to start out, this article that I will show screenshots throughout this video on the points I'm talking about, I made on Substack, everythingbuzzcity.substack.com. If you're interested, go ahead and subscribe, follow. I make really good content over there on Substack as well. We're going to continue to make YouTube content here as well. So, great segue, of course. Please leave a like on the video, comment your thoughts throughout the video, share the video with a friend. Let's get it moving. And also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We're on the road to 250 subscribers. You guys have been great the past week or so with the support. We jumped tremendously, getting over, I think, 2.5k views. I've been super happy with how the channel's been doing this week, so thank you everyone. Just go ahead and subscribe and help me reach this goal, as I'm going to continue to be making great content here on YouTube, here on Substack, and here on my X account. The links to both of those accounts are down in this description below, so don't forget to check it out. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and hop into this real quick. Number 1 was team defensive improvement. And for me, obviously, the Hornets struggled last year in team defense. They ranked 29th in team defensive rating. That was the 2nd worst in the entire association. I think for most of the year, the main issue was we would have good defensive possessions, but we were not able to finish out those possessions well. So the last 4 to 8 seconds, defense would break down, the rotations would be late, and we're giving up easy buckets or we're giving up wide open 3-point shots, which led to us just getting down time and time and time again. And I'm expecting that to improve this year, and it has over the preseason. You see great effort from guys who are on the backside of this roster, at least on this preseason roster. And to me, that speaks volumes, because those guys just got here. They probably had a couple weeks to play with each other. They're playing with high energy. They had multiple defensive possessions of shot clock violations against the Memphis Grizzlies, to me, which is beautiful. And as you will see on the clip I'm going to play, a little montage, I made a little 50-second clip of 2 possessions in the 3rd quarter against the Indiana Pacers. Real quick, post-editing, I'm sorry for the next clip here. I did not know that the sound was caught on my mic. I will mute that in the future. So sorry for the sound, but just try to work with me here. I'm really sorry about that. These you might not think are very important, but to me, it is beautiful. It is rotation. It is communication. It is getting over screens. It is fighting for those steals, forcing bad shots late into the shot clock. These are things that Charles Lee has come in and has pinpointed. This is the type of team we want to be, right? And to me, that is all I can expect from a first-time head coach. This year's going to be about learning. This year's going to be about development and getting better, getting acclimated with each other. So I'm super excited for this year. And you see Salon with a great rotation there, and Diabate, great defense in the post to force Wiseman to take a tough post hook. So really impressed with our defense, and this is a great segue into the 2nd point. Charles Lee is impressing me over this preseason, okay? And I understood Charles Lee was a great candidate. If you follow me on Twitter, you would know that I'm a huge supporter of JJ Redick. I like him as a basketball mind. I'm hoping he does well with the Lakers. But I also conceded and understood, even during the process, that Charles Lee was the best candidate for this job. Charles Lee has tons and tons of experience of being a top assistant coach. He worked with the 2015 Hawks, if you remember, Al Horford, Paul Millsap, Jeff Teague, right? Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Korver, who was an all-star. He's been a part of great offenses and great defenses, as well as he followed Coach Bud to go to the Bucks, where they won a championship with Giannis, and then joined the Boston Celtics to help them get over their hump and finally win an NBA championship. And he comes here to Charlotte coming off of a championship win. So he knows how to win. He's been a part of winning organizations, winning teams, and that's something that this organization hasn't had in a very long time. Okay? It's been a very long time since we've had consistent winning, and this has been talked about by Jeff Peterson, by Charles Lee. We want sustained success, and they have the right mindset to get that done. One of the big things for me is pushing LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller to not only just improve as basketball players, but to improve their effort, because that's what defense is, guys. There isn't like a move you can learn or anything like that, like on offense, to get better. It's just about effort. It's just about caring. It's just about fighting over screens, playing hard, right? Being smart. LaMelo Ball is taking that step, and I really think that that's going to be a big point of emphasis that Charles is going to have on LaMelo and Brandon Miller. Both of these guys are 6'7", 6'9", with great wingspan. Both of these guys can be really good defenders in the NBA. It's all about valuing that side of the ball for me. And Brandon Miller has talked about wanting to become more of a two-way player and valuing that side of the ball, which is extremely important to me. So I do believe that Charles Lee is the right guy, and he is showing all the signs that he is going to be the best first-time head coach that was hired this offseason. Into the third point, Tajon Salon is better than expected. Okay, now Salon has completely proven to me that he has a great work ethic. Okay, and at some points in this preseason, I was like, shit, he might just get in the rotation, bro, at like right out of the gate. But against the Pacers, I did start to see some cracks, right? That maybe we shouldn't just push him out there, right, and just throw him to the Wolves. Let him develop in Greensboro. There's no reason to force him into to like ruin his confidence or anything like that. Let's be smart with him. But outside of that, he's had a really good preseason, dude. Sidestep, 3-point shots, things I did not see one bit on tape of watching Salon while he was over in Europe playing in the Euro League. And another thing is, when his shot's not falling, like against the Pacers, he just could not make a shot. It was really bad. But he also grabbed 13 rebounds, right? He was able to make an impact on the game, right? And even against the Pacers, of course, we had some BS with a 4-point play. It wasn't a foul, but I digress. He still was able to make what would have been the dagger 3 with a minute left to put us up like 4 or 5 points. Outside of that, I'll play the highlights for you, or it would have been playing already, of the Memphis Grizzlies, a montage I made highlighting his 13 points, his 5 rebounds, his 1 assist and 1 steal there in that game. And also had a couple drives that was very good, finishing inside. So really surprised with Salon, and I really think he's going to be a really good player, man. If he's not a star, that's fine. I just want you to be a high-level role player, bro. You know, can you be an all-around positive for this team, either as a starter or off of the bench? Number 4, and we already made a video earlier this week, or last week now. Trey Mann may break out. He was my breakout player of the year, right? And Trey Mann has absolutely proven like he could possibly be out for making big money this offseason. Trey Mann has shot above 50% in every game. He scored 15, 14, 19, and 16 points in each of his contests. And one of the things for Trey Mann that I love is his ability to maneuver one-on-one, his ability to maneuver pick and roll sets, his mid-range shot making, his deep three-point range that he has. And possibly, I know this might be a hot take, but I think he's probably our best all-around player, right? He's not the best player on this team, but in terms of like all-around bag, offense, elite rebounder for a guard, a really good defender as well, gets multiple steals a game or can get multiple steals a game. He's, for me, going to be in line for a candidate for a Sixth Man of the Year for the Charlotte Hornets if we are what I think we can be this season. Trey Mann is going to bet on himself, and he could go from making $12 million a year, right, which was probably his market, to making good money, like really good money. And Trey Mann is betting on himself, and I wish the best for him because I think he should be considered extremely important to this team's future, right? A guy who can do everything at the guard position to back up Lamelo Ball, who also has injury histories. Hopefully that changes. Now the fifth and final point, how good will LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller be? This year, LaMelo Ball and Brandon Miller are going to be the backcourt of the Charlotte Hornets. So the Charlotte Hornets have a 6'7", all NBA caliber point guard and a 6'9", 3-level scoring shooting guard for the next few seasons. I'm so high on this, but my thing is, will it fit, right? And that's going to be the big thing for me, what I'm going to be watching this year. How will these two fit along each other? We've seen it in the Knicks game where they had two-man action, where I think Brandon set a little pick, and it was a little give-and-go action. So LaMelo gets the ball. He gives it to Brandon. LaMelo cuts. Brandon feeds him the ball. Brandon relocates to the left wing while LaMelo is driving left. And LaMelo feeds him for a deep 30-foot, 29-footer from three, cash. Right? Those are the things where I'm looking at that, and I'm like, damn. Man, they get a little bit more experience and better feel. This can definitely be one of the top, in my opinion, is the best young backcourt in the NBA, but also has the potential to be one of the best duos in the NBA, right? And that's why I say it has a ton of potential to get into more meaningful conversations in terms of rankings together, right? And I think that's what sustains success. If you have those two building blocks, and then you're able to subsequently draft good role players. They don't have to be fucking 20-point per game scorers. Can they defend? Can you get guys who are able to fill the cracks that those players have issues in? And that's going to be the big thing for the next few years in terms of drafting and also making big moves. Because at some point, you have to commit to what you have and what you've built. And the Hornets are right there. They're right there. They're not quite ready for that. They're not quite ready for a big move. They're not quite ready for when the Bobcats went and got Big Al Jefferson. They're not quite ready for those. But when they do, they need to swing for a guy that is going to be good for multiple years. That was the problem with the Hornets and Bobcats of the 2010s, right? Is they would make swings and they would make, in theory, good moves like Lance Stevenson, like Nick Batum, right? Guys who were Lance Stevenson coming off of a great playoff run, and Nick Batum, one of the best Swiss Army knives in the league at the time, and also had a good year with us. But they need to find those guys that can stay at that level for multiple years, right? And I think we're building that. So I'm super excited. Again, if you like the article, go ahead and check it out at everythingbutcity.substack.com. Go ahead and follow my account there, as I will continue to be writing more content for you guys. Again, if you like this video, please leave a like, comment, share the video with a friend. You already know the drill. I'm Everything But a City here. I'm out. Peace, guys.